Hello, everyone. I am back with the voiceovers now. So thank you all for joining, as usual. And today we're getting into a bit of a floor bar. I did this quite a while ago. I believe that you can see, the date and everything like that. But what I wanted to say is, I got this really interesting comment on one of my last video, my very last video. And it was a woman who has been doing ballet for over 30 years, and she was like, your foundation and alignment are all wrong. As a personal trainer and a ballet dancer, you need to fix a lot of things. You do have natural abilities though, and I think that you could go very far. It's basically what she said, in a very kind way. And upon reading that, naturally I got a bit discouraged, to be honest. I just did. And I decided that, because I decided that I was going to do this, that being discouraged isn't really an option, because I understand that, human beings like myself have feelings and emotions, but at the end of the day, was she right? That's really what the whole problem was that I was dealing with. She just really exposed some insecurities that I already had. So what I did was I looked at my routine, and basically I changed it, because I knew that I had some areas that I already needed to work on that I was kind of in a way trying to do passively. Not passively, but just not as a priority, because I thought, well, I need to have these few things, Specifically, I wasn't being particularly too hard about my turnout, and I was trying to learn how to do the petit allegro, because it's one of the things that kind of scares me a little bit more. That's what it was, because I was being a little bit vague at first, and I decided to change that. So what I decided was that I'm going to prioritize my not only turnout but my alignment in general, which is where my lack of turnout comes from. It's my lack of alignment, and vice versa. Actually, they both go hand in hand with one another. So I'm really going to focus on that a lot with floor bar, and by doing specific things on my feet. Like I've just started doing this where I stand 5 minutes on one foot, just on the regular foot, and then standing on 5 minutes on the other foot, not on releve or anything like that. And I think that doing exercises like that are going to very much so help me, as well as I do this floor bar also. I'm going to get back to some standing bar in a little bit, but I do think that my alignment needs to improve while I'm on the ground first. Like, I was thinking to myself one day, I was like, well, ballet is kind of like learning how to, it's so hard, it's like learning how to walk all over again. Like, it's like starting from not knowing how to do anything. And I recognized that that's exactly where I needed to go back to. Little kids, little babies, they learn how to crawl first, how to roll around, and all this type of stuff before they ever even stand up. And then once they stand up, they start learning how to walk. But it's because they've already built a bit of strength in their bodies from being on the ground first. So that's kind of what I'm going back to do. I think as soon as I took my first step, I started trying to run. And I've been like that since I was little, honestly. And now I'm just recognizing that certain things require a bit more patience than I thought they did. Like, specifically this ballet, you have to be very, very patient with it. And crazily enough, less is more. I would think I was going with more of a work hard, just grind it out until it's finished mindset. Like, just do all the work that you possibly can, and I guess hope your body's okay afterward. I wasn't like purposely trying to think that way. I was trying to get healthy as well, but mainly I was just trying to work hard instead of really working as smart as I should have been, because I didn't really, I honestly, when you work out of fear, which is what I was doing, you're not going to work as rationally as you should, because fear itself is like the opposite of rationality. So I'm really prioritizing that now. And like you can even see in this video that there are times when my feet aren't even as pointed as they should be, and I'm having to like focus on a whole bunch of different things just imagine how it is when I'm standing up, or you don't even have to imagine. You can go back and look at some of my other videos of how it is when I'm standing up. Like, there's so many different things to think about because you're not, very good at it, that it's hard to do the little things like pointing your feet and stuff like that, because you're having to think about doing it so many different ways and aligning your body. That's why I do think it is smart for me to start on the ground. I've been following ballet with Isabella, and I've been taking a bunch of tips from her. And also, I am now looking into some professional training online as well. Ooh, goodness gracious. Sorry, I was looking at my point. That was terrible. But I've been looking into some professional training with another ballet coach that I know a little bit, and he's very good at what he does. And I'm honestly just kind of working on all the floor stuff while I wait till I can get a job, and then I'm going to start putting nice amounts of money into some online coaching and training for ballet so that I can actually make it to YAGP. Because like the lady said, I do have a bit of natural abilities, and like even some of the weaknesses that I showed you guys in the last video have changed a bit. I'm not as weak in certain areas just because I've been working on it, and I'm going to make that strengths video soon. I'm not going to do it just yet, but I'm going to make it soon once my body is feeling a bit better. And I'm not going to do it on the where I did it last time, where I filmed it. I'm probably going to film it in here, or perhaps in a studio if I can rent a studio out at some point. But that the deck that I was not training on, but the deck that I was shooting the video on, it's a deck and it's not a dance floor, and I can definitely tell. I had a splinter in my shoe. Thankfully it didn't get to my foot, but it was like 2 or 3 inches long, and I was like, yeah, this is kind of dangerous. So I'm gonna stick to indoors, and that's that. But mainly, more than anything, I have a spiritual quality about myself that I believe is indomitable. Like, as long as I continue to keep going, I can succeed at every single thing I do. And as long as I keep an open heart and open mind for corrections and adjustments and things like that, I can go very, very far. So I say this to say, I would like all of you, whoever is trained or is watching my videos that does understand ballet to a large extent, to please comment on these videos and give me constructive criticism whenever you are so desiring. Whenever you see something that you feel like I could fix that I don't particularly mention in the video, tell me about them, because there are a lot of things that I notice that I can fix when I'm just because I'm filming myself. But if there are tips that you could give me to help me improve it faster, I would love that. As long as you just don't call me things, with your voice and treat me meanly with the way you speak, I'm perfectly fine with you giving me constructive criticism, because that's basically what the channel is all about. Me working on where I need to go until I get there. And the journey is amazing. It's going to be so fun. It's already been so fun just by myself, but by the time I do actually make it to where I'm dancing on the big stage, or I'm getting training from very high level professionals, it's going to be fun, is what I'm trying to say. Because I'm happy right now, honestly. But I'm trying to say that it's going to be a very nice experience for that to happen. And you have to have an open ear. You have to have open ears in order to learn what it is that your elders and the professionals are trying to tell you, because they've been doing it for a lot of their life. And that's where I am. So if you guys have any comments and corrections or questions, please drop them in the comments below. Also, I deeply struggle with coordination a lot. I don't know if you can exactly tell in this video or not, but I can. And coordination is one of my main problems. Like when I have it on my weaknesses list, I have turnout and coordination. Those are the very top two. And this floor bar is specifically a way to target both of them at the exact same time very well, without having to worry about getting injured or alignment, because when you start to see things as dangerous, it really messes with your ability to learn, because you're a bit scared. And sometimes that happens to me with center more so than with bar. I'm not really scared, I'm just trying to think of so many things while I'm doing bar. Whereas when I'm in center, I am a little bit scared. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can trust my ankles and things like that. Like I told you guys before, I've had a lot of injuries and things like that in the past, and now they're changing. Now, exactly what I mean about the coordination, because right now I'm literally like not even focusing on my arms, and they're almost mimicking my legs a little bit. Then I look back to see what the lady's doing, and just a bunch of things like that can be addressed in so much better of a way. Like as I learn how to do the movements truly and really focus on using my turnout muscles, because it's so much harder for me to do that while I'm standing up, which I will have to do at some point. And I'm going to be doing just in general, but I'm not going to use it as my main method of training. I'm going to use floor bar as my main method of training actually, and see where that takes me. And if I need to adjust that, then I will, which is what I've been doing with the other things. I adjust as I go along, and shifting my mindset also helps as well. I just think for a while I used to think, oh no, I cannot get better at ballet unless I'm doing bar, but like on standing up. And after I read Misty Copeland, read and watched Misty Copeland's story, I was like, oh wow, she got better after she did a lot of floor bar after she got injured. She actually got better. So there's a lot of room for different methods of training. And I've also heard people talk about Pilates, which I've never done a day in my life. I've done yoga, but I've never done Pilates. And there are multiple ways to achieve the same goal in ballet. You just have to overall know what you're doing, really. That's the main thing. And I am seeking to learn what I'm doing, and I'm gonna get there. I feel like floor bar is very good because it addresses alignment in a way that is not at all dangerous, because I'm not standing up. So when my hip shifts when I'm on the ground, it's just something that I feel. It's not something that I feel to the point that it's like, ooh, that was a pinch. Oh, that hurt. This clunked over to the side. And sometimes I feel that when I'm standing up a little bit. And I'm just like, what do I do about that? How do I address that? The thing is, I don't have very much hip stability in general. Like even when I'm laying down on the floor, sometimes my hips pop. So if I can address that down here, by the time I do stand again, it's going to be much better for me to be able to learn the movements actually, because I'm not so worried and focused about alignment that I can't think about anything else. Like the combination, or to actually point my toes as soon as they come off the ground. Things like that is why I want to use this as my bodily foundation for the ballet. And it's not very good, you know, looking in this video, but it's going to improve, and it's going to improve because I'm going to be doing it pretty much every day. And of course, stretching and my regular workout to go on top of it, and I believe that with that I will succeed and go very, very far. So thank you all for watching and tuning in just to support me and things like that. I love you guys' comments. I will be doing a strength video soon, and I will also be doing a bit of improv and things like that here on this channel, just to make it a little bit funner for everybody, including myself. And thank you guys for joining me, and all of your lovely comments of support that I've been receiving lately. They really motivate me, make me feel happy every day. So thank you so much for all of the support that you've been giving me, and please come back for more in the future.